Hi everyone! Today we are going to be making a sun and moon picture in the style of the artist James Rizzi. We are going to start by making a nice large circle right in the middle of our paper. And if it's not perfect, that's okay. We want to leave some space at the bottom and some space at the top. James Rizzi would have put a zigzag line all the way around his circle in the middle of his space. You can choose to do yours a different way if you want to. You could do that zigzag line like James Rizzi. You could also put some triangles going around your work. I think for mine, just to make it different, I am going to make some rectangles going around my work. So I'm still not done. I still have a plenty of space left in here. At this point, I have finished making my rectangles go all the way around my sun shape. And I want you to notice that I made mine different sizes. And I really tried to fill the space around my sun. One thing to notice is that you do not have to do yours exactly like mine. I would think that if you wanted to add some triangles coming out or do that zigzag line all the way around like James Rizzi, that is absolutely fine. We are kind of taking inspiration from James Rizzi and making it our own. The next part that we are going to do is we need to make half of this circle into our moon. So what we are going to do is not at the top and not at the bottom. But if we were to think about this like a clock, if this was 12 o'clock and this was 6, we want to kind of put it at the kind of 11-ish, kind of between the 10 and 11. And then between the 7 and 8, we want just little lines coming out. And mine are even too big, but I'll color over them later. So just a little dot. Just put a little dot here and a little dot there. And that is going to help us add our moon shape. On our idea sheet, we have a sheet with different eyes, noses, and mouths in the style of James Rizzi. You might choose a nose that you saw on there that you really liked. I will tell you the ones that are sideways, kind of where you see the side of the nose, really do work best. So I really like the one where it kind of comes and then it swirls around on the inside. So I'm going to put that right in the middle. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to curve from here down, connect to that nose, and then below the nose, we're going to curve in and back out. So now we have part of our sun that is going to be the sun. This part will be the sun, and this part over here is going to be the moon. To continue adding in our face, you are going to choose a pair of eyes. One eye will be drawn over here, one eye will be drawn in our moon part. So I think that I am going to draw the one with the square-ish glasses. I think that one looks pretty cute. So I'm going to draw that square shape here. I am also going to draw that square shape here. I am going to connect them with that curved line. And then on the inside, I'm going to make a circle. After I have added my eyes, I'm going to choose a mouth that I think would look good or make my sun and moon picture interesting. And you may pick whichever ones make you happy. All right. At this point, you're going to notice that I have finished my whole face. And if we look at it just right, you will see that it looks like he's looking right at us. But also, if I kind of cover this part up, do you see how it almost looks like it's just half of the moon? And then if we do this part, it kind of looks like it's just part of the sun. So, what we are going to work on now is the space in our background. My rectangles used up a lot of that space, but I still have some room. So what I am going to do is essentially divide my paper in half. This half is going to be nighttime because that's where the moon is. This half is going to be daytime because that's where the sun is. So I might draw some stars in the background here. So I draw my stars in a pretty easy way. I make a mountain, then I make it look like an A, but that bar, this has gone too far. And then I slant cross down, slant cross out, and it makes a pretty decent star. You can make stars in your own way. If you have a different style, that is fine. But what I am going to do is show, hey, this is the side that's nighttime because it has my moon on it. And then we will add maybe some daytime clouds in the other side. Okay, now on this side, I would add some clouds. And he would just make his kind of with some nice bumpy lines. And so we're just going to go like that. And again, they would be, some would be larger, some would be smaller. They can overlap a little bit with your sun with those rectangles just to show that they have some depth, that they are behind it. At this point, my picture is fairly complete and I am ready to start to color. One of the things that we can reinforce with this is our warm and cool colors. So James Rizzi would have left part of the moon white, but he also would have done a really light blue outline around it, which is a cool color. And so I am going to do something similar, and then I will work on coloring the rest of my paper, and I'll check back in a minute. At this point, I have colored in my sun, the part of the face. The moon I have outlined with that blue-green color, and I have colored the rays of my sun as well. Now, if you have done the zigzag line going around, one thing that you could do is you could go around that zigzag line, kind of like I did on this face, this part of the face, with a darker orange or almost even a red, and then add another color inside. Something that I did do on the face was I did red orange around the outside, then orange to color it in, but then to brighten it up a little bit, I added some yellow. So that is kind of going to be your choice on how you want those colors to look. We have talked about layering colors on top of each other and how we can blend our colors together this year. The next thing that I'm going to do is color the sky in the background. If you have a blue-green and a blue, you could do two different colors. If you do not, it's okay to do your whole background with the regular blue, because James Rizzi's would have been very similar to that with just one color blue for the whole background. I am going to try it with the blue-green for the daytime to show it's brighter out, and the regular blue for the nighttime picture just to show that it is a bit darker, and we'll see how that looks. You can also color in your stars yellow as a part of when you are coloring your sun's rays. Our clouds would stay white because they're clouds. Now that I have finished my daytime sky, I want to point out a couple of things. Number one, I colored around all of my rectangles and in between them. I did not color over them. I also know that this yellow ray of sunshine and that yellow are about halfway, and so I brought that daytime color just barely past halfway. I'm now going to use my regular primary blue on this side, but I'm going to blend them in the middle a little bit. So I'm going to color over where the daytime color is so that it's not like a line from day to night. It is going to fade a bit more gradually, and we'll see how that looks. At this point, I am just going to take a few minutes and color in my stars. And you will see that I have colored in my entire paper. I have left my moon partially white, but I did go around it to just add a little bit of a cool color to it. I also left my clouds white and the eyes white, because to me that just makes sense. I am going to color in the tongue because I forgot. And here I think that my work is all done. So keep in mind, I want your work to be colored your very best, and I hope you enjoyed following along. I can't wait to see what you've made, and I'll see you next time.